In today's tutorial, let me demonstrate on how to do the wave stitch. This is an afghan designed by our very own Jeannie, and I'm going to show you how to do it using the Bernat Safety Chunky line. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today's tutorial we're going to demonstrate on how to do the waves afghan, the blue waves afghan by our very own Jeannie. Now in today's tutorial I'm going to be using the Bernat Softy Chunky. She used a Karen Simply Soft Ombre, and for tutorial purposes it's easier to see the stitch when it's one solid color, so I'm going to be demonstrating that for you today. I'm going to be using this yarn, and this recommends a size L, an 8mm crochet hook today. You can use this type of stitch for any size yarn and hook as long as that they complement each other. So let me show you how to do the blue waves afghan by our very own Jeannie. For Jeannie's afghan, it's asking us to chain 98 in order to stick to the size that we're doing for her particular baby afghan. Now if you want to do any other sizes, whether it's a scarf, a wrap, anything that you would like to do, she recommends doing in multiples of 6 plus 2, and I concur with that as well. So these are consisting of waves that go up and down, so if you want to have the waves matching each other you have to keep them in sets of 6. So let me show you how to do this. So we're gonna start off with a slip knot first. And if you're doing her afghan then you're gonna chain 98. But if you would like to change the size, this is what you need to do. So it's in multiples of 6 plus 2. So all this means is that, remember that the one on the hook for the slip knot never counts as 1. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is it big enough? Yes and no. If not, keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is it big enough? Yes or no. If not, keep on going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So with her multiples of 6 plus 2, when you get to the size chain that you want to finish off with, you have to add 2 chains at the very end. So 1 and 2. So that's what that 6 plus 2 means. Okay, so get doing that. So if you're doing her size, go all the way to 98. If you're customizing, just do 6 plus 2 at the end. So let's start on row number 1. So row numbers 2 and 3 are the repeat pattern, but we have to get by number 1 first. So to start number 1, it says single crochet in the first chain from the hook. Okay, so in actual fact you have to go 1 and go to the next one. Okay, so we're gonna single crochet and into that one. So now it says to do a half double crochet, double crochet, treble, double crochet, half double crochet, and single. So what you're doing is that you're getting smaller to bigger to smaller. So you just have to remember what the order is. So the next one, if this was a single, the next biggest one, if you know your stitches, is a half double crochet. The next one is a double crochet, so you're just moving along the chain, is a double crochet. And the next one is a treble crochet, so you wrap twice first and then go in. This is the biggest peak of the wave, so this is the top of the tidal wave with the treble, and now we're gonna decrease again. So the next one is going to be a double crochet, the next one is going to be a half double crochet because we're gonna get smaller, and the last one is going to be a single crochet, and that is the whole wave itself. Okay, so you've gone from small to bigger, back to small. So now that you have this single crochet in, that is the single crochet that starts the next one as well. So you don't add a secondary single crochet. So you're immediately going to start making the wave bigger again. So the next one is going to be half double crochet. The next one is a double. Okay, the next one is a treble, so wrap that hook twice for a treble. This is a really good learning tutorial I think for different size crochet stitches. Okay, so we're at the peak, so we have to get smaller again, so the next one then would be double to make it go down the wave on the other side. Okay, the next one should be a half double because it's even smaller than that, smaller than a double. And then the last one, you guessed it, it's a single crochet. So you're gonna continue all the way down the line like that until you get to the very end. So let's do the finishing. So we're gonna get bigger again, so it's gonna be a half double. We're going to go for a double crochet. We're going to go for a treble, so wrap that hook twice. Okay, go for the next one will be a double because now we're gonna get smaller. The next one is gonna be a half double. And the very final one right here is going to be a single crochet. So we know that we're right at this point. Okay, so there's what it looks like at this point. Let's move on to row number 2. Row 2 and 3 are the repeat pattern for this whole thing. Let's go for row number 2. So every time we're gonna start a row number 2, which will be every other one, we're going to chain up 4. The reason for that is that we have a single crochet down here, and so if you have the peaks and the valleys, so when we're on the tops of the valleys, these stitches are gonna be really short, and when you're in the bottom of the valleys, you're going to have very long stitches. So the waves kind of work together so that they kind of fill in the spots. So we're gonna start off with the chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the wave is gonna get smaller. Okay, we're gonna start, so we go into the very next stitch and do a double crochet. Gonna go into the next stitch for a half double because that's smaller. And the very last stitch, which should be the treble of the middle of the wave on below, should be a single. Okay, does that make sense? So I told you already when we had single, this one was a chaining of 4 which equaled a treble. So when you're in the middle, this treble, the one right on top, should be a single in order to stay in balance. If they're not in balance, you know something's wrong. So we're gonna make the wave bigger again. So we're gonna start off with the half double. We're going to go for a double. Okay, and this is the bottom of the wave, so this is a treble. So you're gonna wrap that hook twice. Again, the same logic is that because the one below is a single, this one should automatically be a treble. I need you to identify that because if you're ever going wrong and you're thinking that you're off, you just look for that, and that's a great sign. So the next one will be a double as we're gonna get smaller again, and then we're gonna go for a half double, even smaller, and then the final one is a single. Okay, and that's on the top of that treble that I can already see right there. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. So the next one's gonna be half double, we're gonna get bigger. Next one's a double, even bigger than a half, and then a treble. And then the next one is gonna get smaller again. So we're gonna go for a double. Then we're gonna go for a half, double. We're gonna go for a single. I'm just kind of comparing. Okay, this is the treble, that must be the single, and yes, that's right. So we're gonna finish up this side. So this side, then the next one is a half double because we're gonna get bigger. The next one is a double, and the very final one should be a treble. It doesn't look like it's there, but it's there. Okay, so don't forget that final one right there, and it should be a treble. Oh, sorry, so you have to wrap that hook twice for that final. So the way to remember that is that when you chained up 4 on the other side, you have to make sure that you're ending in a treble on the other side. Okay, so this is what it looks like at this point. Let's move along to row number 3, and then you can just repeat 2 and 3 for the remainder of your project. So let's turn our work and do row number 3. So we're going to start off with and chain 1 first, and we're going to single crochet into the first one. Okay, see how this is a treble? So we have to make sure that there's a single crochet up there first, and then we start our wave. So the wave is gonna get bigger, so we're going to go for a half double, and then a double is the next, and then a treble. So wrap the hook twice. I can see this is a single crochet from the row below, so I know I'm in the right position. And then we get smaller again, so it's a half double. Sorry, that's smaller, so that means that this one's a double, and then the next one's a half double, and then the final one there is single. And I'm just looking, is that the treble? Yes, it is. There's a single, so I know it's matching. Let's get bigger again, so we're gonna go half double, and then the next one is a double. Okay, and the next one is a treble. And now we're at the peak of the wave again. Okay, and then we're gonna get smaller again, so it's gonna go be double, half double, single, and then we're gonna get bigger again. So this half double, double, okay, treble, then we're gonna get smaller again, so it's gonna be a double, half double, and I have one more stitch left, and this is the treble here, and so the very top of that one should be a single, just like this. So that's how you do the wave, and if you use the variegated yarn like Jeannie suggests, you'll have a really interesting effect. But this is a very easy concept. She has a border as well, very simple, just rounds, just a couple, 2 or 3 rounds of the final border in order to make it work. But it's a really neat effect, and it's a really great idea, and you'll have some kind of texturing as well. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarn Inspirations, and extra thanks to our assistant Jeannie for creating this pattern for us to play with on camera today. Until then, we'll see you. Bye-bye.